So it's a Friday night. What are you planning on doing?
You are now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Episode 181, Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let me fix this fucking thing real quick. Here we go. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? It's back to being freezing and fucking snowing again. We had like 3 days of like 50, 60. I think even one day it was like 71. And now it's fucking snowing again, accumulating. So, I know there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that thought it was fucking springtime, didn't you, bitch? Nah. So we're back to that old shit. What do we got going on here? So, soap is going to start appearing in some orders here and there, some damage packs and such, as I'm learning how to do this. It's kind of difficult to try to get the pumice to not like just completely sink down to the what would be the face of the soap, but I mean, I don't know, either fucking way, shit is soap. It at the very least, it's soap. Whether the pumice power wears off in a little bit, it's soap. And after you wear the logo off, I mean, who gives a fuck after that, really? I mean, so we got the soap running. I think I've made like 5 or 6 bars so far. And I'm going to start getting into coloring it at some point and, be able to do a little. And I know, like, everyone's like, oh, who gives a fuck? But what my plan is to try to tighten it up a little bit and maybe be able to offer something that works a little better to get the ink out of your fucking hands. So I kind of thought it might be, kind of a dual purpose type of thing. And it's just kind of funny and cool, so I got that going on. Shout out to Punchmarker for making that fucking a possibility. Fucking killed the mold. That wasn't even the original plan. And he was like, how about we do this? This is much better. Bung. And I was like, oh shit. Yo, this is dope. But there hasn't been one single thing that he's done where I was like, where I didn't say, damn, that's fucking dope. It's everything. So, shout out to Punchmarker for that one. Super killer shit. So the Giphy thing, man, I don't know, maybe people aren't as excited about that as I am, but I thought that was kind of a big step because I had to jump through some fucking hoops to be able to get those GIFs, or some people would like to argue GIFs. But, I don't know, I've always pronounced my G's with a G. If someone likes other men, they're gay. So, GIF. I don't know. I don't fucking know. You don't say, yeah, that dude is J. Fuck, look at this J motherfucker right here. Maybe I might start saying that. Because you can't say the other thing anymore. So maybe, but you could say someone's J though. Shout out to all the J people. I love you. I'm just saying. So I thought that was like a big fucking thing, man, because it, where you could just like say goofy shit in comments like, yo, Devastator's the best, or, whatever, as a generic comment in other places. So now you could bust a fucking fat GIF and the shit looks fire and it gets the point across and people look, some people just skim over comments, but when you got this get this GIF in your face. Pause. You're like, oh, look at that shit. It's pretty serious. So if you don't know, if you missed the post, if you go to your GIF thing in the comments on Instagram, I heard TikTok too. I don't know. Someone check that out for me. Let me know. And you type in the GIF search at Devastator brand, you will get a bunch of shit that I put up there. And I'm going to regularly like put some more shit up there. But I don't know though, man. I kind of want those logo ones to stay up at the top. You know, but I mean, I guess you might have a gander through them and pick which one you like the most. So I don't know if it really matters or not, but I figured that was just a great way of branding, of fucking spreading the Devastator propaganda through the masses. So I was pretty happy about that. I've been fucking with this red, trying to create a better red. So I don't know. I may be phasing out red 3. It's always been all right, but I think this might be a little better. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if that's the route I'm gonna go. What the fuck else we got? I'm trying to think of what's new in the neighborhood. We got the soap. We got the gifts. Oh, the auction block. That's been fun. That was a pain in the fucking ass. Shout out to Punch Marker for helping me get through that too, because that was fucking rough. I don't know. And you know what? And it's all fucked up still, but I fucked it up to a point where it works. So as long as I don't have to change anything, like don't touch it, it's working. So that's cool. That's fun. So as I find or get ready to let go of some of these pieces that I have around that. They're sometimes they're just better suited with people. Cause I have a Devastator collection of all the things that I've made. I'm pretty sure I have everything, at least one of everything. Not at least one, like hopefully I have one of everything, because I definitely don't have multiples of everything. So I have but that's just, for basically like archival purposes. But in the cases where I have several, or I find one, which did just happen with that patch. Like I just fucking found that in a box, and I can't even remember. The box had like some other shit in it, so maybe it was supposed to be for like something else. And because I had it with a bunch of weird shit, like I would have done in like a giveaway or something, but maybe that never came to fruition, or that I just forgot about, or I can't even fucking remember. It's been so long. But, and what am I gonna do? Like fucking throw that in with the other one that I have in there, so it could just sit there forever. I was like, fuck it, man. Let's see if someone will appreciate this. Because I know every time these people see a patch, they're like, yo, what's up with them fucking patches? And I'm like, well, those aren't ever coming back. There was a lot of those. Man, I don't even know how the fuck I got roped in. I think there was like 250 or something of those fucking things. And then it was like the blue tops. I thought they were never going to run out. And then one day I was like, oh shit, there ain't no more of these left. So, which kind of makes me think I got to tighten the one up that's on my jacket a little bit better. So yeah, so that's going on. So, and if I like make something, cool or one off or some shit, I'll see if anyone wants it, and you could grab it there and see if you want it more than the next person. I like auctions. I've always liked auctions. They're always fun. I liked watching people fucking fight over shit, man. It, like, makes me feel good. So, shout out to everyone that won something in the auction. Shout out to everyone who won something in the auction. So, looking forward to messing with that. What else do we got? I don't know. That's about all I got for that, for the Devastator updates. But I I thought about this stupid story, and I can't remember. I probably told some people this at some point, but if you're new here, or I can't even remember if I ever told this story or not. But I'm going to tell it again because I was reminded of it somehow. Excuse me. I don't even actually remember how I was reminded of it, but I was. Oh, I do know, actually. I watched some, I saw a clip of some old fucking CKY, I think it was CKY videos, like handycam shit from the early 2000s, and it was like, it reminded me of this, for some reason, it reminded me of this situation for some reason. So when I went to North Carolina and Virginia with my Aunt Donna and Uncle Tony and my cousin Amanda, I can't remember. It must have been on the way there. We got a hotel. It was either on the way there or on the way back. I can't remember. We got a hotel, and I was, we were like getting settled in the hotel, and I had rolled this blunt, right? And I was like, I don't know. I think I was like 15. Maybe, I don't even think I was 16. I think I was about 15 years old. Maybe I was 16, but I don't even think so. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go out in the parking lot of this hotel and fucking smoke this blunt. And there were these, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 dudes in a yellow Volkswagen fucking Golf. And they were trying to get it started, and they kept like trying to push it and pop start it. So I went out and I seen they had New York plates, and we were somewhere out of state along the way. You know what I mean? I can't remember if it was Virginia or I don't know, fucking remember. It was somewhere. And I like walked up on them. I was like, "Oh shit, what's going on? You guys having fucking trouble or whatever?" And they were just like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. Like fucking whatever." And I said, "And y'all smoke?" And they like looked at each other, and they looked at me, and they're like, "Nah." And I was like, "Oh, nah." I was like, "All right." I was like, and I fucking had this, I pulled out this blunt. I was like, I was about to smoke this blunt. And they're like, oh, yo, what's up, yo? Thought you were asking fucking, like, like for a cigarette or if we had some weed or whatever. Then all of a sudden he wanted to be my fucking friend, right? So I was like, yeah, whatever. Just start smoking. And they're like, I was like, well, where y'all from? And they're like, oh, far away, man. And I was like, no shit. I was like, what's wrong? The car's fucked up? They're like, yeah, we got to fuck with it all the time to fucking get it started and da-da-da-da. I was like, well, you're from New York? I mean, well, yeah, we're from Rochester, New York. And I was like, oh, shit. I said, me too. And they were like, what? So then, we obviously smoked this blunt and we're all fucking standing there talking. And then they kind of like lightened up a little bit. I think they were probably like 18. They weren't much older than me, but definitely older where it made a difference. Like, so we're all talking, but then by the end of this blunt, they're like, yo, we're headed to Florida. Son, you should come with us. We got a room and you should come with us and it'll be dope. You don't even need no money or nothing. And I was like, yeah, yo, I was like, that will be dope. I was like, I should go with you. And they're like, yeah, man, we just been chilling this whole time. I was like, all right, man, well, fucking maybe I'll catch up with you guys later in a little bit. You'll be here for, yeah, we'll be here till fucking, whatever. So I went back in, and I was like, Aunt Donna, Uncle Tony, I was like, I think I'm going to go with these guys from Rochester. I was like, I'm going to go with them to Florida. And they were like, what? No. And I was like, yeah, no, really, they're cool guys and shit, and we're going to go to Florida and then go back to Rochester. And they're like, are you out of your fucking mind? You're not going with anybody. And I remember being mad about it. I was like, this is bullshit. Right? But so at some point I went back out. I think I talked to him. I was like, yeah, I can't even do it. And but all these years later, thinking about it, yeah, that probably wouldn't have been a good idea. I mean, it was clear they were already having some trouble. Fucking cars broke down in the hotel parking lot halfway to Florida. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go with you. I had no fucking money. I'm sure of it. That was the trip. I'm pretty sure I bought 5 dime bags and a handful of blunts. And I was like, and I had this little, one of those little leather, like, I don't know, like a fucking, like a shit for like your toothbrush and your shaving shit. It's like a little leather fucking carry-all with a fucking zipper and like a little handle on the end of it. I don't even know the fucking term for it, but I had like all my weed stuff in there, you know, my fucking blunts and my dime bags and a little bowl and some other random shit. So there was like other shit in there too. But yeah, that was a good ass fucking trip too. Fucking, and basically just because like I have all these fond memories of fucking going and smoking blunts in different places along the way. But when you're 14 or 15 or whatever, and you got 5 fucking dime bags and they're all for you, you feel pretty good. You got a handful of blunts and a pocket full of dime bags. It's going to be a decent trip. What a fucking loser, dog. I found pictures of me. I'm at the beach with a wife beater on, a fucking New York Yankees hat, fucking button up shirt with some jean shorts on. I probably had some Timberland boots too. Fucking melon head motherfucker. I used to think everyone else looked stupid. Yeah, boy. Oh, those were the fucking days, all right. Oh, shit. Oh, fucking tired, man. I still got to get back in and get some of this work done. I actually ate dinner already, though, so I'm like one step ahead of where I fucking usually am at this point. So, I think that's about it. I'm going to keep fucking with this red. I'm trying to, and that's not going to be like some big reveal or anything. One day it'll just be out. I'm not really too fucking, I don't know why I get so fucking caught up on certain things, and then other things I'm like, all right, new red. But I'm like, yo, this fucking Rush, bro, it's going to be the truth. And it fucking just, I fucking pretty much gave up on that for now. You know, I'm trying to learn that getting myself so fucking worked up and hyper focused on certain things is not always good. Being fucking, you know, like fucking, you know what you're doing, you're fucking, as everyone would say, you're locked in, and getting a task done and doing it well is definitely one thing, and fucking stressing out, rushing through it, no pun intended, and like trying to beat results out of something, it's not fucking, it's definitely not doing anything to help the situation. Like, there's no time constraint that I have on this project aside from my own manufactured fucking, you know, deadline that doesn't exist. Aside from that, like, there's no, I didn't promise a bunch of this shit to anyone. Like, I told you guys it's coming, but I didn't say it's coming fucking March 3rd. Oh shit, it's March 13th today. Damn, you know what that means? Damn, tomorrow is, what's this, 18 years sober? I think it's 18 years. See, 18. Yeah, it'll be 18 because in 2027 it'll be 19, and in 2028 it'll be 20 fucking years. Damn. So what's that? 18 years, dog. Tomorrow. That was fucked up. I just now thought about that. I don't even know what, dude, half the time I don't even know what fucking day it is. So no, I didn't promise the rush. So doing all this shit sometimes, I think I've been it's been definitely totally going against forward progression. Like I think sometimes I have to learn when I can set something down and revisit it. I really think I should do that. Not every time, and I have to would have to really consciously not use that as like an excuse to fucking looks like let's set it down, come back later, every time something's difficult. But if I'm really, like I said, like trying to beat fucking results out of something that's just not working, maybe I should step back, take a fucking minute, do some more research, do some more reading, and kind of back up from the project a little bit, because I'm like wasting resources. And I know testing and this whole fucking thing is I've wasted a lot of resources. A lot of material has gone to waste over the years. And me, man, I don't like wasting anything. That's why there's the discount bin, because I don't want to just throw that shit away. It's good shit, but I can't in good conscience sell it to anybody like at full price, being that it's fucked up. So I'd rather just let it go at a discount, then I don't totally lose my ass, and you could get something for cheaper than it would be if you don't care how it really fucking looks. So I try to not waste shit. Like I fucked up this, man. This fucking part that I use, an ingredient in the base, was wrong. And it wasn't wrong on my shit. I actually ended up returning it, because there's two different types. One type is what I use, and there's another type, very similar, I don't use. It doesn't work. It fogs the fucking base. So I don't know if you see me make a video a week or so ago or whenever it was, showing like this cloudy, it looked like a big cloudy fucking mess. And I was like, fuck, man. But everything was in it. Everything, and it's good. But if you were to make pink or violet, probably pink and violet or red, you would probably be able to tell that it was not right. So I thought about it, and I was like, well, here's fucking a whole quart of wasted base. And I was like, well, maybe we should try the black with it, because, obviously black is fucking, it's going to overpower a lot of shit. And so it wasn't a waste. So you would never know, because now the shit is black. So anyway, I try not to waste shit. But unnecessarily getting involved in fucking, beating the shit out of these projects and fucking it all up over and over and over again. Dude, you got all this, and the whole time I'm taking notes. I got notes and notes, I guess. And I'm recording all the amounts and the additions, add 1 gram, plus one. Maybe I should take all this fucking information and say, okay, well, I have all this information. What does this mean? I did this. I put this much into it this time, and this is what happened. And not to say that it's just ink. Everything is just ink, but in general in life, I should just I gotta learn to just fucking relax, fucking take a break, put the shit down, and go fucking do something else. for an hour, for a day, whatever the fuck, come back to this project because I'm fucking it up. Just don't stop fucking up the projects. So, damn, 18 years sober, dog. What a fucking mess I was, man. I do gotta say, though, a lot of times, I don't really think about drinking a lot as much as, I mean, definitely not as much as I think about tobacco. But I do think about the times when I was drunk and having fun and having a good time when I was drinking. I did have a lot of fucking fun. I had a lot of bad times too, though. So, and I always try to, when I start thinking too much about all the good times I had drinking, I really gotta reflect also that, like, yeah, there was some good times, but there was some bad times too. And that's when you know, like there's people who, when they drink, they have a good time. Like, that's it, like you have a good time. And the bad time is like drinking too much and getting sick and throwing up all night and feeling like shit the next day. That's like normal people shit. When I'm fucking up relationships with family and friends because of drinking, that's when you have a problem. So if anyone's listening to this and you're wondering, like, I wonder whether or not I have a problem or not with drugs or alcohol, I think one of the first things you have to think about is this causing problems with your relationships? If the answer is yes, then you have a fucking problem. And if you immediately think, nah, because so-and-so is an asshole and my old lady's a bitch, she don't like me to have fun, and fucking my dad, he's fucking, what the fuck does he know, always talking shit, he needs to mind his own fucking business, I'm a grown-ass man, blah, 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 then that usually means you're the fucking common denominator of all this, and you gotta fucking, you might need to fucking tone down the drinking, dog. Because with me, it was, I always think of it like it wasn't terrible, like I was like, oh, it wasn't that bad. But let's just say you fucking do something where people that you care about, or even just random strangers or whatever, like once a month or every other week, you have an incident due to drinking where something like that happens. That's fucking no good, man. But like, all the time in between those times, I'm just drinking till I fucking fall asleep and shit. Dude, I can remember so many times. So I was living at home with my mom and Stevie, and eventually I took the fucking laptop down from, I had a desktop computer on the table, and when I got the laptop, I never really had the laptop on like this desk table thing that was upstairs in my room in the corner. So down in front of the TV, I put the fucking computer on the floor, and I had the speakers, I had everything there, and I had different plugs to get different speakers from around the room and shit. I mean, when you walked in, it just looked like a big fire hazard. It looked all crazy, and it was all crazy, and I had an ashtray there, and I had a cooler, a little, like a 6-pack cooler, and I would just sit there and, I was hacking AOL and doing fuck shit, but that's all I would do, really, like when I was home, I would watch movies, and like, we didn't have fucking cable, so I wouldn't watch like TV. I was always like watching movies and shit, or but mainly the TV was just on in the background, and I was like, fucking talking shit on AOL, fucking scamming people and such. And just doing fuck shit, getting fucking doing bad things. But and I would and make music, tons of music. I was always making music, recording, fucking type. I would type shit, because sometimes if I didn't memorize the verse from writing it in the book, which a lot of times I had them almost memorized to the point where I could do them, But I could never write a verse like how all these fucking rap guys like, I write it in my head. Get the fuck out of here, man. Whatever, motherfucker. I could see you memorizing it by the time you're done with the verse. But for me, I would write a verse. Sometimes it would take me 2 months. And I would just bounce around so much. I had fucking 20 or 30 verses going at once. And sometimes you'd be on a roll with one, finish that shit, and then you'd be on another one, you get stuck, you just go to another one. Because I never really a lot of songs, unless we were like, okay, this beat, we're gonna make this song, let's do this song, and then we'll write to it and whatever. But a lot of times I just had verses that you could put to anything. You know, like fucking just versatile shit, so it could just go on whatever. Anyway, the point is, so I would be sitting there smoking fucking cigarettes. After 4 beers, I could smoke cigarettes and I wouldn't get sick, and then I would smoke fucking a pack of cigarettes a night. And I would drink and fucking, and sometimes I remember I would wake up because something cold was on my face. And what happened was, eventually sitting like fucking crouched over on the floor at the laptop, which was on the floor, it wasn't lifted, I would fucking end up like laying out flat and then fucking listening to music or listening to songs and fucking critiquing them and whatever. And I would fall asleep with the beer, you know, fucking open next to me, and I would knock it over and it would spill and fucking wake me up with my face on the floor. You know, like, oh shit. And then it was time to fucking crawl over to the bed and eat the fucking double cheeseburger that I had bought earlier. Eat that. And I had this a Nalgene bottle full of fucking ice water that I would keep next to the bed, and I'd wake up, you know, because I've never been a sound sleeper. Well, when I'm sleeping, I'm fucking knocked out, but it usually ends abruptly, and I wake up over all kinds of shit. Like, ask Erica, and I'll fucking wake up. What the fuck's going on? She's like, what is it? I don't know. I'm just saying. What the fuck's going on in here? And I would drink the Nalgene because I had to be up for work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So like, I had to fucking. My drinking was very scheduled with probation and me categorizing the times when they would show up. So I'm like, all right, it's usually safe to drink after 6:37. So I would have to be like drunk and fucking and enjoy being drunk, and then try to get to sleep by midnight, and then get 5 hours of sleep and fucking go to work feeling like shit every day. Like, it didn't matter how seasoned of a fucking drunk I was. But I was drinking 12, 18 beers a night, depending on like sometimes if I had a probation meeting at 3:30 at the office, I would know that like this is, you know, appointment day. So they're probably not going to be saddling up and be at my house within the hour. So I'd get out of my fucking 3:30 probation appointment and fucking go home and start pounding fucking drinks. Or if I knew like no one was going to be home, because then I wouldn't have to answer the door. Anyway, there'd be different stages of me being fucked up. It's just all different stages of this. And if I was somewhere else, oh man, it's like when I would go to Big Ticket's house with Mike Dew and Swift and all them. If I was away, you know what I mean? All I had to do is not get arrested in the city. And I was usually pretty fucking good. But even then, like if I had to call the reporting line on Friday night, I would be like waiting, like, come on, motherfucker. And then once that hit, then I would fucking be drinking till the sun came up. But anyway, there was it was some fucked up shit. So that's when and even then I didn't realize like I had a problem. Like I thought that shit was just like, this is what you do when you're like fucking my age, man. You like fucking do this. This is fucking way cool. And I remember, dude, there was like, I had my first car and I was like, oh shit, I was like, where the fuck was I? I was at Tick's house and there was all this shit going on. And I had an opportunity to do something really cool, right? But I would have to drive. Like no doubt about it, I had to drive, and I didn't drink and drive. So I was like fucking debating on letting these people who I knew didn't know how to drive, like, you can drive my car to get us to this thing. And so I can get drunk there because I want to go do this, but I want to drink. And then we end up not doing it anyway. But, yeah, I don't miss that kind of decision making where I'm weighing up like fucking one bad decision so I could go do this other bad decision. Like, why don't you just go do the other thing without drinking? You could do that too. I'm like, what the fuck? What a waste of a fucking Friday night with no probation. What a waste. But I gotta say, man, it was a fucked up thing, man. Maybe it does in the back of my mind still have a hold of me in some way, because I would get out of work Friday. I worked 6:30 to 2:45 or 5:30 to 2:45, depending on what the fuck we were doing, or 5:30 to 3:45 or whatever the fuck. It was always different, but mainly 6:30 to 2:45. And I would leave work. I would go home, and I could be in the city by 4 o'clock. And like, if I knew that there was like, I was able to fucking drink, I knew I had the whole weekend ahead of me, man, I was like the happiest. That hour-long ride, I was like happy as fuck, man. I was just like, yeah. And I had unlimited amounts of, and I wasn't even selling drugs at this time. Near the end of my drinking, I was selling drugs, I think. I don't know though. No, I don't think I was selling drugs on probation yet. So I was still just alcohol. I used drugs. I used lots of pills and shit. But that wasn't even like a big deal back then. Back in 06, 07, no one really gave a fuck. Oh, my stomach is fucked up. But I do remember like leaving home, making that hour ride, like, hell yeah, I had some CDs and shit that I was like, yeah, we about to fucking got these CDs, or maybe even bring the laptop with the fucking speakers and shit, have it all ready. But all that shit, man, like, it was fun, but it was like, and you know what's fucked up too is there was a lot of fun things that I like remember, like this little slivers, not even like moments of things going on, like, it's almost like a glimpse, like if you shut your eyes and open them, but in that time that you close, you're like, like when you blink, there's like a fraction of a second where I remember something from a night, and it's sad as I get older, and my memory gets, fucking my stories blend together a little bit sometimes here and there. It's sad that I don't have more of those, where I could fucking remember them. And then I think aside from ruining relationships and upsetting people and saying things that hurt people, I think not remembering a lot of fun times is probably the best thing that I have going for me now. Well, no, I said that wrong, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I think not remembering all these key things is the best thing that I lost. This is the best thing that happened, aside from the overall health aspect. And I don't want to say I was violent when I would drink, because I didn't, aside from fucking up real bad that one time, I wasn't like fighting people at bars and shit, because I just had such a good time. Like, there was a couple things where, like typical bullshit, and usually it involved other people. But I always had money, and I was like, fucking, let's not fight, let's fucking shots for everybody. I used to have this complex about being the fucking man. And it was fun, but also like What a fucking stupid fuck. Now that I think about it, like, all them people are probably always like, look at this fucking idiot. I'm actually surprised I never got robbed. Fucking 10 G's in fucking cash. The potato. Mike D, let me hold the potato. Look, because I kept it wrapped in a fucking, you know, those booties that you put on like when you're trying shoes on. Those like fucking, they're like stockings, ankle stockings. I had 2 of those, either 2 or 1. I think it was 2, with the fucking knot wrapped up in it. Because I didn't like rubber bands because it like fucked up the edges of the money. So I don't know how I ended up with the fucking stocking. But Mike D was like, that shit looks like a potato. Like when you pulled it out, it looked like a potato, but in your pocket too. Fucking 10 G's, it fucking looks like a fucking potato and it's folded over. It was pretty funny. So it was easy to have. But you know, I was a cheap fuck though too, and I wasn't that stupid. You see, like the left pocket, which is carried over for the rest of my life, I would have the flex money in the right pocket, so the potato was always in the right pocket. And so if anyone asked me for money or like we were around people that were like, you know, dude, we were in some shit, I would pull out the left pocket, which had like, you know, fucking $95, and I would do whatever I had to out of that. But if I wanted to be the GOAT, I would pull out the other one. And now I think about it, people are probably like, this dumb fucker, let's take him for a ride. But that's all I wanted too. I wanted just people to fucking, you know. I guess maybe I do sometimes miss that kind of shit, but I'm a fucking adult now, dude. I was like fucking 19. That was fucking a long time ago. Some motherfuckers that listen to this fucking podcast ain't even fucking 18 years old, and I've been sober 18 years tomorrow. You ain't been alive as long as I've been fucking quit drinking. But drinking was bad for me, so I'm sorry to everybody. Everyone I hurt. With things I said and, you know, things I did and just the way I was. I always wanted to be a better person. And I was never a bad person, you know. I didn't fucking steal from people and I didn't like fuck people over and shit. But, you know when like you gotta tell when you gotta tell someone a white lie, you know what I mean? Like fucking because you care about them and you don't want to hurt their feelings. And I know like sometimes people need to hear the truth, but you know those times when they don't need to hear the truth, like when it doesn't matter, like when they just need you to say like that, you know, everything's gonna be all right, but you're hearing it and you're like, oh, you're fucked, dog. Oh no, you're definitely gonna go do fucking 10 years in prison for that. When they just want you to say like, nah, man, you'll be all right, man. Everything's gonna work out, you know, fucking. And even because they know it's not, they know they're going to do 10 years in prison. But that's just an example. But you know what I'm saying? Like I would fucking say shit like. I remember there was someone I went to school with. I was talking to them on AIM, and they showed me that they had gotten in a car accident, right, on the expressway, and they didn't get hurt or nothing. And the car was all fucked up, and they sent a picture of the car all fucked up, and I was like, that fucking car was stupid anyway. You did yourself a favor. They didn't think I was fucking cool at all. They were very upset. It was an Alero. It was like a new Alero at the time. Sorry. So that's it for now. Shout out to you guys, man. I love you guys. If you ever have any fucking struggling with substance abuse issues or any kind of issues like that, you know, you can always reach out. And that's definitely 100% always reach out. If you, and I can't promise you that I'm going to help, but I can tell you what I did that worked for me, or we can just talk about it and fucking whatever. Those services are always open to you, and do not end that like, hey man, you know, I just want to let you know I'm fucking struggling with shit and da 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 da, and you know, I think I could really break the spell of this methamphetamine if I could just get that recipe, because I'm gonna tell you to get fucked, and I'm gonna send you money for meth. I'm lying. I ain't gonna send you no money or no recipe, bitch. But nah, for real, man, like fucking, that's always been a thing here since the Blue Top days, since before Devastator. Like, if you're struggling with any kind of addiction, you always feel free to, or whatever. This entire business is built on fucking trust and keeping my mouth shut. So if you ever got to talk about shit, always feel free to reach out and fucking whatever. You're having fucking marital problems, you're having custody problems, you're having fucking problems, whatever. I'm always here. You can always reach out. And we could talk about it. And I'm not going to tell anybody. And you could even tell me, like, fucking delete the fucking chat, you know, if you don't want it, you know, Instagram or whatever the fuck. But I can always respect that, and I'm always here for that. So regardless of our relationship, whether we've never talked before and we'll never talk again, if you've just got to talk about some shit, my shit is always open. And if I'm busy right at that second, I might not get back to you. Only because if I'm buffing a floor in the middle of a strip, I don't want to open a line of dialogue about something so important while I'm distracted. So I might even open it and say, all right, I hear you. I'm doing something. I'm going to get back to you when you can have my full attention, because I'm serious about that kind of stuff. And I just don't want to like be distracted doing something and trying to fucking, while you're trying to be, you know, serious. I don't want to be distracted. So anyway, but I love you guys, man. I appreciate everybody who fucking comes here every week. And shout out to Jake. You know, I see you, man. Thank you for those kind words. That fucking shout out. I'm looking for a small right now. Well, tonight when I get in the house. Just shout out to everyone. Machine Studio. Shout out to Punch Marker. Shout out to MKA, Zeph, Pep. Shout out to fucking my guy from fucking YouTube. Shout out to fucking Big Nate. Shout out to fucking everybody, man. Shout out to all you guys. I really do. Shout out to Dick. I fucking love you guys, and I appreciate everything. And I appreciate everybody who got a fucking free Ronnie shirt, man. Fucking you guys are fucking it, man. You're everything you do means a lot to me. And if you're like, yo, where's my shout out? Go fucking send me a message, man. Don't be afraid. Because I just, obviously I've been rambling for almost an hour tonight. So you got yourself a nice 47-minute episode to listen to me ramble. And you could probably hear me like start salivating over drinking. Love you guys, man. I'm fucking out of here. And long live El Toro. We talked back in the day. I think the last time I talked to him was 2019. It had been a while, back in the Blue Top days. He did not make the transition to the Devastator days, and we kind of just lost touch. But his the fuck is that? His contribution to this whole scene, and as far as I hear from other people as a person, was large. So. Rest in peace to El Toro, man, and fucking I'll see you guys on the next one. I love you.